Hi, John Matthews. Bill
Hi.
Black here.
Hi, Bill.
Welcome to Spirit River.
Thank you.
You're going to tie a green-butted skunk
Yep,
for us?
I'm going to tie a green-butted skunk on one of Dave McNeese's new hooks, which are a Spirit River exclusive here. And at any rate, I'm going to start by putting on the thread here. I think I'll use a 6/0. 6/0 Danville. And what I will do is I'll lay down a thread base. This is a really pretty hook. What do you think, Bill?
It's a gorgeous hook.
It
I might
is.
also add, John, that we have a really nice 6/0 dry fly black thread that we offer as well. It's a Spirit River thread.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to put a tag on that?
Yeah. And I'm going to use Spirit River's
That's our holographic fly flash.
fly flash.
Yeah.
On here, I'll put a little tag down here.
Yeah, I've been tying a lot of flies with that hook, and you're just starting to do it too. And
Oh yeah.
boy, any fly turns out pretty on that McNeese Bay hook, doesn't it?
Boy, I tell you what, it's really a great hook.
The first fly I tied on that, I showed my wife, and she said, "Man, you ought to frame this one, honey."
She'd be right.
So you're putting your tail on after the
Put my
tag?
about my tag. I'm gonna put my little tail on here.
It's
I broke my thread.
that's a saddle feather.
Yeah, use saddle hackle, neck hackle. Either one works equally as well.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's ever broke their thread before.
No one ever breaks a thread.
You have a pretty quick recovery time, though.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I tell you what, I can break thread quicker than most people.
So does that hook point.
Yeah, that'll do it too. And I'm going to tie a small tail in here. Maybe a little bit more. There. That's more like it. Like that. Now I think I'll use a couple strands of holographic fly flash for a rib. And I'll tie this right in here, facing away from me. Just like that. Come all the way back. Now I've got some I'm going to tie the green butt in here with Spirit River's,
That is our lightning jig dub.
yeah, lightning jig dub. It's got a little bit of flash to it.
I'm using that more and more on flies.
Oh, yeah?
It's got a bit of movement, a bit of flash.
I like it. Now the green butted skunk, we have to give Dan Callaghan the credit for this one. He was an old fixture on the North Umpqua. Fished up here for many, many years. And so he gets the credit for originating the green butted skunk originally.
Now this is your dubbing brush that you make.
Yeah, this is a dubbing brush. It's made out of Spirit River pseudo seal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wound on a piece of wire. And we've done that so when we dub this thing on here, that body's going to be literally indestructible.
So I see you take that all the way up to the front.
Oh yeah, every bit of it.
You get a nice taper to it, right?
Oh yeah. You see how buggy that thing looks?
Yeah. I also have a little Velcro dubbing teaser if you need it right here.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You can kind of rough that up a little bit if you need to.
Some of this excess off here a little bit. Then we'll make our rib. Kind of make that thing stand straight up for a minute here. And run our rib up through our body material. just like that. And then take this dubbing tool here, just kind of like a little teasing tool. Just kind of tease that right on out. Makes it nice and buggy. Get a nice taper there. Makes it look nice and buggy. Okay, with that done, we're going to take some of Spirit River's new UV enhanced slopping, and we're going to apply a small hackle on there. Just tie it right in here. Start the hackle with the fibers heading back. As you're doing this, kind of fold them. Now this stuff's pretty intense. We're not going to use too much of it. Maybe one wrap, two wraps. This stuff is really dense. Come up on the third wrap. That's probably good for that. And snip that off. Kind of work that back like that. And kind of fold it down. Now just for giggles, I'm going to put a little bit of color in that hackle by using a teal feather, which I've also stripped to one side. Let me find a nice one here. Oh, that looks good. I strip that to one side. And I cut that right off of there. Stick it right in the front, like that. And see, all my fibers are heading that direction. Put my hackle pliers to it, and I'm going to wrap a little collar around there. We got one wrap. Two wraps. Three wraps. That would be good. Still got plenty of headroom there. And we can take our dubbing teaser here and just kind of work those hackles back. You see how nice that is? Look at that. That'll work. Wild piece. Now I've prepared a couple of goose wings here.
Those are from a goose shoulder, right?
Yeah, goose shoulder.
So
and
this
I've got
is
a right and a
basically
left.
D style.
And I'm going to tie it D style. And the easiest way, here's a lazy man, this is the way I do it. I put the hackle on the wing that's nearest to you over the top of the one that's farthest away. And I'm going to fold that right over the top of that. Make a couple of small soft wraps here and then kind of pull it tight. And you see how that wing just cups over the top of that? See that? Turn it over there, you see it?
Oh yeah, that's much better. Nice.
It kind of cups right over the top. That's why you fold those hackles down to kind of get it where it's up underneath. And then we're going to very slowly snip this off. And we're going to snip this off. Like that. Now before we go any further, we're going to hit that with just a small shot of super glue. And let that dry for a minute. But we make sure that wing doesn't go anywhere. Now some of these little flies like that where you want a real small, thin little head, I'm going to show you trick number 2. See where you got a nice little small little head like that? Take your super glue, pull your thread up, put a little super glue to the thread, a couple little wraps right around there, bring it up, hold it for a minute, snip it off. No knot.
That is nice, John. Now you're gonna put a coat of epoxy or
Yeah, we can put a
fingernail
coat
polish
of
or whatever
fingernail
over the top
polish,
of that.
epoxy, make that head nice and shiny, and there is a fly fit for a king.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Thanks for joining us today at Spirit River.
You bet. Thank you, Bill, for having me.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.